There's a poison running through your veins, and you've been drinking it willingly for years. You know this feeling, don't you? The chronic ache of not enough, never successful enough, never attractive enough, never accomplished enough, never enough. It's the weight of scrolling through highlight reels while living in your behind the scenes. The exhaustion of chasing the next achievement, the next purchase, the next milestone that promises to finally fill the void. It's looking outward with envy and inward with disappointment. Culture feeds this poison daily. Social media whispers that everyone else has figured it out. Advertising promises that happiness is just one purchase away. Self-help gurus imply that if you're not living your dream life, you're simply not trying hard enough. And somewhere in this endless pursuit of more, you forgot to notice what you already have. Picture your mind as a sophisticated accounting system. But this isn't tracking money. It's tracking worth. Your worth. Every day this system runs calculations. What did I achieve today? How do I compare to others? What am I still lacking? When will I finally be enough? But here's the cruel mathematics of this system. It's designed with a fatal flaw. The positive entries, your wins, your growth, your small victories, they fade quickly. Like writing in disappearing ink, your brain, that ancient survival machine, dismisses them as already processed and moves on. But the negative entries, the failures, the comparisons, the gaps between where you are and where you think you should be, those are written in permanent marker, highlighted, underlined, filed under urgent attention required. This isn't a bug in your system. It's a feature. Your ancestors survived because they remembered threats better than comforts. But what kept them alive might be keeping you from truly living. So you wake up each morning feeling like nothing counts. No matter what you accomplished yesterday, your brain resets to not enough, as if every win expired overnight. The promotion you got last month, already forgotten. The relationship you've built, taken for granted. The roof over your head, the food in your fridge, the ability to read these very words, invisible. Meanwhile, your mental spotlight fixates on what's missing. The job you don't have, the body you don't possess, the life you're not living, the person you're not yet. And here's what nobody talks about. This isn't laziness. This isn't ingratitude. This isn't a character flaw. This is biology. This is evolution. This is your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. Scan for problems, threats, and deficiencies. But what if I told you there's an antidote to this poison? A way to reprogram this ancient accounting system. Deep in your brain, there's a network of pathways that light up when you experience reward, when you bond with others, when you recognize kindness and generosity. These same pathways activate when you feel something most people dismiss as soft or naive, gratitude. But gratitude isn't just a feeling. It's a biological response, an evolutionary gift that helped our ancestors survive by building alliances, creating trust, and fostering cooperation. When your brain recognizes that someone, or something, has benefited you, it releases a cocktail of neurochemicals: dopamine for reward, oxytocin for bonding, serotonin for well-being. But here's where it gets interesting. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel good in the moment. It literally rewires your brain's accounting system. It strengthens the neural pathways that notice, store, and recall positive experiences. It's like upgrading your mental software from a system that only tracks deficits to one that can also recognize abundance. Think of gratitude as a spotlight in a dark room. The room hasn't changed. The furniture is still there. The walls are still the same color. But suddenly you can see what was always present, but hidden in shadow. That morning coffee that tastes exactly right. The friend who texts just to check in. The sunset you almost missed because you were staring at your phone. The breath that fills your lungs without you having to think about it. These aren't consolation prizes for a life that isn't good enough. These are the actual prizes. The real wealth. The true abundance that's been there all along, waiting for you to notice. But your brain's default accounting system is so focused on what's missing that it treats these gifts like background noise. Gratitude changes the frequency. It tunes you into a different station, one that's been broadcasting all along. What if I told you that the life you're chasing might be less fulfilling than the life you're already living? What if the person you're trying to become is missing something essential that you already possess? What if the happiness you're seeking in the future is available right now, in this moment, in this breath? This isn't about settling for less. This isn't about giving up on growth or dreams or ambition. This is about recognizing that you can build from abundance instead of scarcity. You can grow from gratitude instead of dissatisfaction. You can become more while appreciating what is. Because here's what happens when you start practicing gratitude consistently. At first, it feels forced, artificial. Your brain resists. This is stupid. I have real problems. I can't just think my way to happiness. But if you persist, something remarkable happens. Your brain starts to notice what it's been programmed to ignore. The small kindnesses, the daily miracles, the ordinary magic that surrounds you. This is where it gets beautiful. Your brain begins to rewrite its accounting software. Instead of only tracking deficits, it starts maintaining a balance sheet that includes assets. The anxiety that comes from constant comparison, it begins to quiet. The depression that stems from feeling not enough, it starts to lift. The chronic dissatisfaction that drives endless seeking, it transforms into contentment that can coexist with ambition. You don't become complacent. You become grounded. You don't stop growing. You grow from a place of wholeness instead of brokenness. You don't lower your standards. You raise your awareness. And here's the most beautiful part. As you change your relationship with what you have, you change your relationship with what you want. Desires become preferences. Needs become choices. Desperation becomes inspiration. This transformation doesn't happen in isolation. When you stop looking at the world through the lens of scarcity, you start seeing abundance everywhere. When you stop competing for limited resources, you start creating unlimited value. When you stop hoarding appreciation, you start sharing it freely. The gratitude you feel for your morning coffee, it makes you kinder to the barista. The appreciation you have for your health, it motivates you to take better care of yourself. The thankfulness you feel for your relationships, it deepens your capacity to love. You become a different kind of person, not because you've acquired more, but because you've recognized more. Not because your circumstances have changed, but because your perception has transformed. Because here's what I've learned about the antidote to never enough. It's not about having more. It's about seeing more clearly. It's not about achieving perfection. It's about appreciating imperfection. It's not about reaching some future state of happiness. It's about recognizing the happiness that's available right now. And in this recognition, something profound happens. The gap between who you are and who you want to become, it doesn't disappear, but it stops feeling like a chasm and starts feeling like a bridge. The space between where you are and where you're going. It stops being a void to escape and becomes a journey to savor. The present moment, it stops being a stepping stone to somewhere else and becomes a destination worth inhabiting. So tonight, before you make another promise to tomorrow's version of yourself, before you scroll through another highlight reel, before you add another item to your list of things I need to be happy, try this. Notice 3 things you already have that you've been taking for granted. Not big things, small things, ordinary things, things so common you've forgotten they're gifts. Because the person you want to become, they're not living in some future where everything is perfect. They're living right here, right now, with eyes wide open to what's already beautiful. You've stopped drinking the poison. You're breathing gratitude. And in this moment, you are enough.